Alright, so I got some new stuff for you. Remember that whenever you're pumping, the bigger the pump, the more chi is being pulled out of the ground. And you're going to be breathing in. And once you breathe in, you're pulling while you're breathing in. So when you breathe in, go into the engagement. When you breathe in, go into the engagement. You know what I mean? So you would be breathing in while going into a hard tightness of your core. And that brings the most chi in at once. It makes the muscles get harder, the fastest and bigger. And I always remember that pump. Now here's another thing. You're going to notice while you're sun gazing that you're going to start noticing your senses are going to start coming back. Like for instance, the one that you notice the most is the sense of smell. Whenever if there's a shit like I don't know, like maybe even many yards that way, I would have to say, you will smell it. You're gonna smell shit from an animal way over there. So what I'm saying is that a lot of that is not even your nose. A lot of it is your senses opening up in your pores. And they also breathe. And you can hold your breath and your pores will breathe in and differentiate oxygen from water. Watch my How You Are Aquaman Explained video. And you're going to start noticing this. Basically, I'm just observing what's happening to my body and the changes. And I'm reporting, back to you guys, as I climb up those levels. I'm saying, okay, this is happening now, this is happening now, this is happening now. So another thing I noticed is that whenever you're doing the spirals, you want to engage your core, you want to engage those pumps. If you're standing around, try to do that, engage the one in the forehead. Because that also, obviously pushes the pineal gland back and forward and breaks it out of its cocoon. So you'll notice that there's more heat coming out of your hand when you engage, when you use the pumps. So make sure you use the pumps, use the force of the pump, because the pump is very important to get it circulating through the body and out of the hands. So if you want to feel the electrical hands, do the spiral, engage your arm, engage your stomach. Do it for like 1,000 times. If you have like crackly wrists, it's because you have fascia and that plastic trapped in your wrist. So you might want to do these maybe 500 times until the crackliness is gone. And then you'll notice that whenever you do that, more circulates out of it. So essentially you're just gonna have to go through and get all your joints uncrackled, because that's what's blocking all your chi centers and that fascia, that fibromyalgia, that all that plastic crackly stuff that's happening to you is what's blocking it. So once you get that out of there, you're going to be able to use telekinesis and a lot of other superpowers that you've been not allowed to use all this time. So a good way to do that is the infamous horror story of spirals. Like 500 spirals to 1,000 spirals, and to your arm, and to all this gets all like sore. Like when it gets sore and you're just like, oh my gosh. And then I also do these little lifts where I put my hand on the back of something and I drop down. You can use like a bench or something for that. And you can go back and do your little whatever those lifts are. Because you want to get the arms circulating a lot of chi. And you want to get it pumped through the feet. So don't forget the pumps. Don't forget to breathe. And don't forget to stay awake.